I think in this one, my comments should be viewed as a bit subjective.
Okay.
Being a born-again Christian in the Anglican Church, you know the side I would take. First, I would say, look, the Kanyari saga is a spiritual matter. It's not a legal or justiciable matter. It's a spiritual issue. Do we regulate spiritual matters with the law? That is one. What Kanyari is doing, is he a pastor, a businessman, or a basic?
But
yes.
when he outrightly just misleads people, cheats, defrauds people, surely shouldn't the law?
I think you just listen to what I'm saying. What Kanyari is doing, is he a pastor, is he a conman, is he a prophet? All these matters are spiritual. In the Anglican Church, for instance, where I belong, and I have the privilege of being the longest serving chancellor. Chancellor is actually the legal advisor of the church. Every diocese has a chancellor, a lawyer, and a reputable lawyer that advises. And there are structures. The worship is structured. Everything else is structured. You understand? On the physical and on the earthly matters.
Yeah.
The spiritual matters is between the individual and God. You understand? Between you and God, between me and God. The gospel is there. So if you take Kanyari and you get people who, one, the Bible says you pray for yourself. Actually, God is our Father. And if you have a problem, you approach your Father and you ask your Father. Now, some people are so lazy that even approaching their own Father to ask, they don't want. They want other people to do it on their behalf. They want Kanyari to do it on their behalf. So what does Kanyari do? Kanyari takes advantage of that. Secondly, there are people who want instant coffee miracles. They do not know that you have to work for the miracles. You have to go for it. So what do they want? Because Kanyari tells them, my instant coffee miracle is 310 shillings. Okay? Or I touch you or I kiss you and it comes. So the people are vulnerable. Either themselves, they also don't understand God, and they find people calling themselves pastors like Kanyari.
So it's not his fault, it's the people's fault. They're allowing, they're putting themselves in that position.
They are putting themselves in that position. Kanyari, on the other hand, has seen a window.
And he's exploiting.
So what he's doing, he says the best way to use this window is to call yourself a pastor. Because when people say you're a pastor, then they think you are next to God. In fact, you are God himself.
So for you, no law should be put in.
You cannot regulate spiritual matters with the law. And let me just add, when you use the example of Kanyari to regulate religion. Remember, there was a time in this country, during the regime of Moi, when it was only the church, the Muslims, and the law society who could stand against Moi. If at that time there were formal legal regulations, Moi would have used them to silence everybody. People like Kanyari, they are laws. If I tell you that if I touch you and you give me 310, you'll see miracles, and you do that, I'm obtaining money from you by false. The laws are there. But if we allow this window, we are actually allowing government to come in to regulate churches and mosques and so on, which is very wrong.
Which is wrong.